like me. You're nasty.
There you go. This was a bar in this neighborhood. It's just a little, you know, small watering hole. And when I say it was a bar, that's a different term than the way we think of bars now. Bars were family gathering places. The other thing that they did before they started making things into public polling places, this is where you could go to vote. And so they would bring the voting box here, and this is where you voted. And remember, we talked about these wards, that they created these political boundaries, and this is where you got to vote on who your representative was going to be for your neighborhood. There was a man by the name of Bartholomew J. Shea. He was a Democrat. He was an Irishman that had come over after the potato famine. He was a bouncer, and he was a boxer. He was a tough guy in this neighborhood, and he was helping to protect the ballot box. Actually, what he really was doing was padding the ballot box. So he was trying to get all of his buddies to come in, and you know how they used to do it? You had marbles, and you throw a marble in, or if they had, sometimes later on you had a card, and you threw it into the ballot box. Up the hill were the Republicans, the wealthy Republicans that were the iron workers, and one of them was named Robert Ross. Robert Ross, there was Ross Valve Company, it's still in business today, well over 100 years later, and he's like, look it, you guys are doing, this is not right, I'm gonna protect this polling place. And so he shows up in his little suit and everything, shows up down here, and they have a fight. And a fight breaks out, and the guns are drawn, and Robert Ross, this very handsome young Republican man, shot right here. He's shot, they drag him over to the Troy Hospital, he dies. All at once now, Robert Ross is a big hero. They arrest Bartholomew Shea, Bat Shea for short. There's this trial that is unbelievable. It was national news every single day. Well, this trial of Bat Shea, I mean, everybody got involved in it. And this guy that ends up defending him was the Johnny Cochran of the 19th century. I mean, he really was. This guy was unbelievable. Anyway, he ends up being charged with the murder. He's found guilty, and they sentenced him to execution up in Dannemora State Prison. Turns out, he didn't do it. This other guy that was in prison after they electrocuted the guy, turns out this other guy did it. This guy McGregor, that ends up, he admitted that he is the one who actually fired the gun that killed Robert Ross. If you go up to Oakwood Cemetery, there's a statue to Robert Ross. All these women of Troy put all these flowers all over his grave. And poor Bat Shea, poor bastard, he's over across the street in St. Peter's Cemetery. Actually has a fairly nice stone. It's pretty big for him. And, you know, he dies, you know, and wrongfully accused. Wrongfully accused. But that's one of Troy's most famous trials, started right out in this building.
Yeah, but you put your